One of the things I do on the homestead is I do a little bit of foraging, and sometimes I make tinctures and salves and whatnot. And so I want to make some willow bark tincture, and I also want to make some salve, pain relieving medication for joints and various aches and pains. So the salve is a bit of an experiment. I've never made willow bark salve. I won't give you any advice on dosage as far as the tincture goes because it varies so much in strength, and I don't want anybody getting in trouble taking too much or anything like that. So you'll have to do your own research on that. As far as how I plan to take mine, I'll start out just trying a few drops and see how that affects me when I have a headache or aches and pains or anything. And I'll slowly work my way up to see what works for me. And you want to treat it kind of like aspirin and just take it up to 3 times a day, not continuously. So we're going to experiment with that, and I'm also going to experiment with the salve. I'm super excited to see if it works transdermally to help relieve various aches and pains on the body also. I had noticed the willow by the house had some swollen buds on it. It usually buds out or threatens to bud out a few times, starting in January, February-ish before it actually buds out. So that's about when you want to harvest. But we hiked to one a little further away from the house, and it is not quite as lively as the other one. We're going to go ahead and harvest some of these green shoots anyway. I'm going to taste one, see how bitter it is. It's pretty bitter. I'd say we got a good amount of salicylate. After a couple of days drying, should look like this, real crunchy. You want it real dry. The more dry it is, the more potent it will be. Since I'm making one of these into a salve, I added a few other dry ingredients. I got some pineapple weeds, kind of a soothing, calming herb, and some mint to help carry it in. And so that'll be a nice combo in there with that willow bark for a nice skin salve, hopefully a pain relieving salve that'll be real nice and smell minty fresh too. In the colored jar, I filled up with just the willow bark, and this one is the one I'm going to make into my salve. It's got the willow bark and the mints and the pineapple weed in there. So got Everclear 190 proof. The bigger the proof, the better for the bark stuff. This is really good stuff, so it's real simple from here. I'll just fill it so that it covers the herbs up in this jar. And then this will sit for 3 to 4 weeks in a cool, dark closet. And after that, then I will just strain all the herbs out of it, and I will put it into smaller colored containers. So that's basically what we'll do there, and occasionally I'll just give it a good shake. So we'll have quite a bit of pain relieving tincture to have on hand and to share with friends, etc. So there we go. And I'll just shove those herbs under there. And then for this, I'm going to cover it up in, I have sunflower and olive oil. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing with this. We'll fill this up with oil, and this will sit in a cool, dark place for a week, well, a warmer place, to help infuse the oil. And then I will extract the oil out of the herbs, squeeze the herbs to get all the goodness out of them, and then we will turn that into a salve. So look for those other videos in the future.